At the end of Parshas Vayeshev, the story is that Yoseph is in the pit, in prison, and he asks the Sarah Mashkin, he asks the minister of drink that was being released from prison to remember him. That when he comes in front of Parai, he should tell him that he should remember Yosef is there. The pasuk says, "V'lo zachar Sarah Mashkin Yosef," that the Sarah Mashkin did not remember Yosef. V'yishkechei, and he forgot him. So it's a double forgetfulness. It says he did not remember him, and he forgot him. What's the double forgetfulness? So the Zohar on this pasuk says that what this means is that the Sarah Mashkin entered into the place of forgetfulness. Not only that he didn't just remember Yosef, but he entered into the place of shikha. Shikha, forgetfulness, is a place of klipa, of negativity. The opposite of shikha is remembrance. Remembrance means that things that happened in the past are still alive in the present. And the way something that's the past is still in the present is when you're transcending time. If something happened 100 years ago and you're still remembering it, that means that there's a collapse of the conceptual time, because you're living as something that happened in the past as if it's in the present. When you forget something, the entire idea of shikha, of forgetfulness, is the idea of klipa. So v'lo zachar Sarah Mashkin, the Sarah Mashkin did not remember, and he entered into the place of shikha. Ein shikha l'fnei chesed. There's no forgetfulness in the place of Hashem. It's the opposite. It's the place of klipa. So Rav Levi writes in the Likutei Levi Yitzchak, in the letter, he writes like this: that we know, and Rashi also brings us down at the end of the Parsha of Vayeshev, that because Yosef didn't have total betachan, total trust, and a trust in a way that even he shouldn't have done any ishtadlus, any type of interference, he should have just trusted that he'd be released from prison. So he was punished to stay another 2 years in prison. So 2 years exactly. So Rav Levi wants to understand, what is 2 years? Why specifically 2 years? So he says like this: B'shana yesh shin samach talad yamim, and every year has 364 days, minus the day of Yom Kippur. So this is really a Gemara. The Gemara Yuma says that the word hasatan, which is Satan, negativity, the source of negativity, the embodiment of all negativity in this world, hasatan, is numeric value of 364. Why? So the Gemara says because there's one time a year which is called Achas Bashana, the unity of the year, the oneness of the year, and at that day of the year, there's no Satan. So Hasatan is 364 because there's one day in the year which is called Yom Kippur, which is the Achas Bashana, the unification of the year, doesn't experience Satan. Now, Satan represents the world of separation. Separation is shikha, because something happened in the past you don't remember. It means it's separated from, the past is separated from the present, therefore you forget it. When you have the olam ha'achdus, the world of unity, nothing's ever forgotten. So Satan is connected with forgetfulness itself. The achas bashana, the once of the year, the unity of the year, which is the olam ha'alma d'yichud, the world of unification. And the world of unification is no forgetfulness. So there is no Satan at all. So Levi says that if you take 364 and you do that twice, because it says that Yosef was punished to be in the prison for 2 more years. So a year has 364 days, minus Yom Kippur, minus the Achas Bashana, the world of Pirud, the world of separation. In the world of separation, there's 364 days of the year. Twice 364 is 728. What is 728? That's the word Tishkach. So that's what the pasuk says. V'yishkechei, when he forgot him, Tishkach is forgetfulness. So he entered in a world of forgetfulness, which means he didn't have trust. Yosef was not connected on his level, and his madrega was not connected to the world of Yichud. He was still connected, and he said, please remember me. If you're saying please remember me, means that there's a possibility of not remembering, which is the idea of pirud. Because if you say you have to remember, it means there's a possibility that the person will forget. But because he said please remember me, he entered into the world of shikha, v'lo zachar v'tishkacheu, and he entered in the world of forgetfulness. Because he entered in the world of forgetfulness, he entered in the world of tishkach. Tishka is forgetfulness. Tishkach, which is the numeric value of 728, is twice 364, that corresponds to the 2 years that Yoseph was put away in prison. Because he entered the world of forgetfulness, he became forgetful. He became in that world of forgetfulness, which is the 2 years. The Tishka is the backside of Chachma Bina. Chachma Bina is connected to mindfulness. In very simple language, Chachma is wisdom, Bina is understanding. So divine mind, which is a full expression of Chachma, is connected to Shem Av, which is called the Moach Av, the intelligence, the masculine intelligence. And the Av is connected to the Shem Av, the 72 name. Yud Kei Vav Kei spelled out in a certain formation, it's 72. Bina is connected to Shem Eka, the name Eka, which is becoming, which is the lower level. Shem Eka, there's actually there's two names of Eka. Sometimes it says in Sifra Kabbalah that Shem Eka is connected to Kesser, sometimes to Bina. And Chassidus explains that Eka, Asher Eka means the first Eka is Kesser, the second Eka is Bina, but generally it's connected to Bina. And Shem Eka in full is 161. If you spell Aleph, Lamed Pei, Hey Yud, Yud Vav Dal, Hey Yud, so that's total number 161. 72 and 161 is 233, which is the numeric value of the word Zachar, to remember. So the opposite of remembrance is forgetfulness. In Chachma Bina, in divine intelligence, in its perfect state, this full remembrance, Yoseph entered into the world of forgetfulness. And because he entered into the world of forgetfulness, he was forgotten, so to speak, for 2 years. This is what forgetfulness is connected to the words Kra Satan. Kra Satan is, in the Anu B'Koyach, there's, in the 42 name of Hashem, one of the formations of the letters spell the words Kra Satan. Spell the word, the ripping apart, the breaking apart of Satan. Satan, Kra Satan, is also the same numeric value of, with the word itself, is the same numeric value of 729, which is Tishka with the word itself. 728 and 729. So which means that the breaking of Satan is connected to forgetfulness, and that's the opposite of remembering, of the idea of Zachar. So what this means is that Yoseph, Le Zachar, what this means is that Yoseph entered into the world where you can look at creation from two perspectives. You can look at it from the cycle of a year, from the Achas, from the element of Yom Kippur, which is devoid of Satan, or you can look at the year or time and our relationship to time from a place of Satan. If you look at the world from a time in a place of Satan, then you're looking at a place of separation. If you're looking at a place of separation, then what happened a year ago, you forget, or what happened sometimes when people would eat for lunch yesterday, they forgot. Because that's the world of separation. But if you look at the world from a place of Yom Kippur, which is the Achas Bashana, then you create a place of unity, and therefore nothing is ever forgotten. And then there's a breaking of Satan. Then there's no longer, then the Tishkach, forgetfulness, is completely broken. That's the element of entering into the place of Yichud, of unity, and that's the breaking apart of all the possibilities of Satan, of all the possibilities of forgetfulness. And Yosef, on his Madrega, because he wasn't connected in the world of Yichud on the highest level, to the level of Yom Kippur, the Achas Bashana, and he was connected to the world of period of separation. He asked the please to be remembered. Because he entered into the world of asking please to be remembered, means essentially he entered into the world of forgetfulness, which is connected to the idea of Satan, which is 364. The double time 364 is the 2 years that he got, which corresponds to the total number of Tishkach, which is the fullness of that to 364 twice. And that's why he was punished and remained in the prison for those 2 years, stuck in that reality of forgetfulness.